Yeah, so we're Pride PEI. My name is Cam. I use she, her pronouns, and just a little bit of information about what Pride PEI is before we kind of dip into what the volunteer opportunities are for through the organization. We're a nonprofit organization, and we serve PEI's 2S LGBTQIA plus community for over 30 years now. Uh, in our strategic plan, it kind of says that our dream is to create a world where everyone in the queer, rainbow, or 2S LGBTQIA plus community can live openly and authentically, free from all forms of oppression, harassment, and discrimination. So, what do we do? What does that mean that we do? Most people are most familiar with us through our annual festival, but we actually do a bunch of other programming and stuff as well. But some kind of key pieces of what we do is we promote joy and celebration as vital aspects of resistance and community building. And those we like to tie to our festivals, which is the Pride Festival and Polar Pride Fest. And then we also foster resilience and support within the community. So we run some financial literacy clubs, like Common Sense Club. We do learning labs through some other projects that we have, and just like to foster connection and community learning. And we also work on our partnerships. So through with Music PEI, we have a great partnership right now, Peers Alliance, the PEI Transgender Network. So we connect with lots of different organizations so that anybody in that umbrella queer community is able to access supports and kind of get what they need out of the organization. So if you scan the QR code there, you can see our full strategic plan if you're interested in that at all. But that's a bit about us. So a little bit about how you can get involved. Basically, volunteering for the organization is absolutely the best way to get involved, and there's a couple ways to do that. We have both a summer and a winter festival. So our summer festival is absolutely where we see our most volunteer engagement, and that would be the opportunity that most folks in this space at this time of year would kind of be looking forward to. And we've got some lovely photos of some of our volunteers down at the bottom there from previous years. So some of the big dates, just so you have them in your brain, is the 2026 Pride Festival dates, of course, which is Friday, July 24th to Sunday, August 2nd. The parade is a big, we have a huge need for volunteers on that particular day, and that's July 25th. And then the Rainbow Road Party is our other big event, and that's August 1st. We see thousands of folks at both of those events, and they definitely take up our most capacity, but are also really fun to volunteer for because you get to participate or walk in the parade if you're volunteering, and you also get to watch some amazing performances and acts if you're volunteering on Rainbow Road. And then we also do have Polar Pride Fest, which is this year, March 12th to 15th. And I put 2025 there. It is in 2026, which is where the year we are currently. The two kind of larger events there, the Pride Night Market, March 14th, and the Polar Night After Dark Dance, also on March 14th. And you can see some photos of last year as well. So, volunteering for Pride, we have two tiers of volunteers, and I just kind of listed out some of the tasks and training that you'll find in each tier. So, your kind of basic volunteer is anybody who is 16 plus, and we do our Pride PEI training. So, that's your general, like, what are you going to do when you show up, and what can you expect? That kind of training that we put on as an organization. And then we also do some EDI training, often with an organization like BIPOC Usher, for example. So you do get both of those training opportunities, which is great to be able to add to your resume and build out kind of what you know and your experience and stuff like that. So some of the tasks that those folks would do could be like a welcome table or a greeter. So setting up that welcome table, saying hi to people as they walk in. We're always looking for friendly faces just to smile and yeah, greet folks. Water stations is another one. Tickets, even like if there's a ticketed event, being able to scan some tickets as folks come in or assure that they're on the registered list. And then also Rainbow Road Entry Assistant. So but really the point of that being that the basic volunteers also wouldn't be alone on a shift necessarily. So they would always have somebody else that they can touch base with, and they don't have as much training as our advanced volunteers. And it's just a kind of lower responsibility kind of role. If you're interested in taking on more responsibility and receiving more training, then you can be an advanced volunteer when you're 19 plus. So that would be the Pride PEI training that we offer. So same as your basic volunteers, the EDI training, same as your basic volunteers. And then you'd also get some version of kind of a bystander intervention training, de-escalation training. We're always working at what those additional trainings are going to be for our advanced volunteers. But again, really great opportunity to expand your learning and kind of deepen your understanding of what might be required of you in a volunteer capacity. And some of the roles that those folks would fill would be things like shift lead. So you could be the only person at a venue as the touch point for the venue organizer. Shuttle lead, so actually assisting in the transportation of participants and stuff like that. A parade volunteer, so we have folks in the parade who assist us there, and that is a really busy, kind of intense event. So we definitely love to see those advanced volunteers signing up for parade day. And then Rainbow Road entry point lead. So that would be kind of the touch person at the entry point for Rainbow Road. So those are some of the like high level tasks, not to overwhelm you with lots of information or too much information. And I will note too, something we don't have listed here, but we do like to point out is we do have opportunities for allied volunteers as well. Of course, allies can always volunteer for Pride, absolutely. And we actually encourage allies to do so. But there are a couple of more specific opportunities that we cater towards allied individuals. So that would be like on the parade route. We always look for hotspot kind of volunteers. So that's some allied individuals to assist walking with the parade. And a couple other opportunities like that. So if you're looking at this list and you're thinking, oh, I'm not sure if I'm the right fit for this, but I am an allied individual and I do have interest in giving some time, then we can definitely find a spot for you that feels like the best fit. We don't mind catering some volunteer opportunities to individuals. And of course, you can always, if you're interested in a more long-term kind of commitment with Pride, we are always kind of recruiting new board members. We do tend to elect new board members in November, so we did just do that. However, keep it in the back of your mind if you're interested in joining a board at all. There is typically opportunity come, September-ish. We'll put a call out, so that's always a good opportunity to get involved as well if you like the kind of behind-the-scenes stuff a little bit more. I also linked our social media down at the bottom of that page there, and that is absolutely the best way to get in touch with us. So whether it be that you're interested in volunteering with us, we will be posting all of our calls for volunteers via social media. Um, we also will be posting when we are looking for new board members via social media, and we'll also just be posting events and fun stuff if you want to participate in that via social media. So that's definitely the best way to get involved with us at Pride. If for any reason that doesn't work, before I dip out of this conversation today, I'll make sure to put my email in the chat so that, like our general email in the chat, so that you can reach out in that way as well. And otherwise, I'm available for questions.
Thank you so much, Cam. That was awesome. Yeah, really great that there's those training opportunities. Just curious, like how long are those trainings? Like, is it sort of like a day thing or is it like
Yeah.
multiple modules?
Yeah. So we have multiple options for people. So we tend to do kind of, a day of or like an afternoon of basic volunteer training and an afternoon of advanced volunteer training. And we do those twice. So we tend to do them like on a weekend day and also on a weekday, just so that if folks have different schedules. So essentially, all in all, you'd have, if you wanted to do the advanced training, you'd have 4 opportunities to get your training in. If you were looking at doing just the basic training, you'd have 2 opportunities to get your training in. So we do try to give as much opportunity as possible to folks. And the sessions are really fun and engaging also. So we try to get people up and moving, and there's often kind of workshopy type components to the training. And it is fun and nice that you get to kind of build your resume that way too.
Yeah, absolutely.